Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. Come on in. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, like. I don't ask for that usually. I don't know why I just started off with that video, because it's your first time. I usually don't ask for likes. Usually at the end of the video. We're pretty chill here, but it's my mock draft Giants project, and what we're going to do today, we're going to grade out and see what the Giants should do at certain positions given a certain scenario. And today's scenario that I'm putting the Giants in, forcefully, is we trade back to the 13th and 31st overall picks with the 49ers because a specific cornerback falls to us, and they think that this cornerback is the best cornerback in the draft, and his name is Jalen Reagor. No, just kidding. His name is Jeff Okudah, and a lot of people think he's the third best prospect in this entire draft. He falls to us at 4, and the 49ers are like, let's just select him now. People probably know that the Giants are going to select a cornerback in this draft, so they may wait a little bit to trade up. But let's just say the Giants are like, hey, that 13th and 31st, bring it here. And plus a future third-round pick, which I think what would happen. In order for Jeff Okudah to fall down to us, you'd have Joe Burrow at 1, Chase Young at 2, then Tua or Isaiah Simmons at 3. If Isaiah Simmons falls to us at 4, I think we select him. But if Jeff Okudah falls to us, that's the value of what I'm saying. Let's trade back, and let's see what we can get for a 13th, a 31st, and we still have a 36th overall pick. And yeah, let's get right into it. So starting off, the rest of the mock draft, we're going to have Tua and Justin Herbert going back-to-back at 5 and 6. That's if Tua doesn't go third. But again, if he goes third, I think we select Isaiah Simmons at 4th. Anyway, I don't know why I have to explain all these things. Then at number 7, you have the Carolina Panthers, who select Derrick Brown, a top defensive tackle prospect. I had him going in my mock draft back last year. For this year, I was like, yeah, the Panthers are going to select Derrick Brown. That's their guy. And it's kind of weird how it's almost coming into fruition. Like the consensus is Derrick Brown. That's pretty cool, so I'm going to ride with it. Number 8, number 9. So the Jaguars are picking at 9, and they're so thankful that the Cardinals select an offensive tackle instead of a wide receiver. The Cardinals get probably Tristan Wirfs. You know, he could play guard, he could play tackle, but you have an offensive lineman for the next 7 or 8 years, a solid guy to protect Kyler Murray if he ends up developing into a great quarterback. Jury's still out on him, I believe. People are already assuming that he's going to be a great prospect. I'm not completely sold on him yet, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the number 9 pick. The Jaguars select CeeDee Lamb, a wide receiver, obviously, and then number 10, the Cleveland Browns select Andrew Thomas. Unfortunately, he doesn't fall down to us. I think he's too good of a run blocker, too good of a pass blocker for the Browns to lose on. You can have Jack Conklin at the right tackle and keep him there. You have guys like Jedrick Wills graded out more of like a right tackle. You're not sure if he's going to translate. You have a solid guy. All of a sudden, your run game is great. And Baker Mayfield's not going to be running all around. He's going to be in the pocket delivering hopefully accurate balls to Odell Beckham. I don't really care. But anyway, so number 11, you have the Jets who select Jerry Jeudy. He helps in the development of Sam Darnold. I think that this is not great for the Jets in total because you're always cautious about top 10 wide receivers. But Jerry Jeudy was a top 5 prospect for the entire year. He falls down to you at 11. I think that's pretty good value. I can also see them selecting left tackle. But for the sake of this mock, I don't think so. So number 12, you have the Raiders who select Javon Kinlaw. I can see, John Gruden be like, this is our guy. He's bringing him in, he's hugging him when he gets to training camp and stuff like that. And he's excited to get his guy in Javon Kinlaw. So, that's pretty much it for the Giants pick. They're number 13. And let's evaluate what our needs are first. I want you guys to know where I'm at. Where I'm sitting at, I want to select somebody good in the draft, so I wouldn't mind if we trade back to this point. As long as you don't select Derrick Brown, I'm fine. No matter where they are, they're going to be a valuable piece. Let's build here. We had two good drafts. Now let's have a third one. Let's build this team. And this is what we're going to do here. So our top positional need is a future left tackle. Then we have probably an edge guy. I was thinking more inside linebacker, but at this point I wouldn't mind. But I think that Conley may are more depth guys. If we can get a great linebacker like Isaiah Simmons, it would really help out this team. Number 4, safety, and number 5, center/guard. I think Hernandez is fine, but last year he wasn't really a solid piece. Sometimes you just let a defensive player just run right past him. I'm not sure if it was a communication issue or just physically bad. I don't know. But hopefully we get that solved out this year. So the positions that I think that are available here, there's great safety value. A safety has not been taken yet. That's our 4th position. But again, you want to draft best player available. At edge, you have Clavon Chason, who's really good, actually. People say he's like the next Jadeveon Clowney. We can get Jadeveon Clowney and not have to pay him $20 million a year, only like, $6 million for the next couple years. I think that'd be great. Offensive tackle, Jedrick Wills is still on the board. Mekhi Becton's still on the board. Then you also have your secondary tier guy like Josh Jones, your more developmental guys. And then, so you also have corners like CJ Henderson available, but we already solved that with James Bradbury. I think we should just do that later in the draft. We'll get to that position later. Ultimately, I think the great pick is Jedrick Wills because we don't have to worry about a right tackle for 2 years while Nate Solder is still on the team. He's going to be solid. He's going to be there. We're not going to be like, oh, God, Daniel Jones under duress. He's not a great run blocker, and he's not going to toss people away. But he's just overall solid. He knows what to do. He's going to communicate with Daniel Jones. He's an overall good leader. He's worked with a guy who's run over the pocket a little bit and a guy who's a good pocket passer. So he's worked with really good guys. He's worked under Nick Saban, a connection to Joe Judge. I think this is a good pick for the Giants. So going on from number 14 all the way to 31, let's just see who's going to be taken. I think just a bunch of wide receivers. Your Denzel Mims, T. Higgins probably going to be taken. So they're going to be like 4 wide receivers taken. Then you're going to have a lot of cornerbacks taken, which is fine because the Giants don't really need that. There's going to be a lot of guys that the Giants don't need that are taken. Probably some safety. I mean, we do need a safety, but there aren't going to be too many centers or guards taken. There are going to be some linebackers and edge guys taken. But I think at 31, there's going to be great positional value. Here are the guys I think can fall to this position. So I think your Turgos Matos has the ability to fall. I think Patrick Queen has availability to fall. They're going to be selected in the late 20s, and all of a sudden, if a team trades up to get a quarterback like Julian Love, one of those guys is going to fall to us. And if you're sitting at 31, you're chomping at the bit to select one of these guys. If you don't get them, I'd be willing to trade back a little bit, but not too anxious. But yeah, so I think great positional value at this point. You're going to have an edge guy. You're probably maybe get Patrick Queen, a great run defender who can just shoot the A-gap really quick. Only played 1 year, but he's still pretty good. And yeah, so I think that we ultimately go a linebacker / edge at this point. Safety, they have the propensity to fall down. We saw Greedy Williams last year fall all the way down to like number 60. So if Xavier McKinney falls down, he's a pretty versatile safety. I think he had a little bit of an injury scare. I'm not too sure if that's true, but overall he's solid. And he's out of Alabama, Joe Judge connection. We just go an all Alabama draft at this point. And yeah, so I think that those are the positions that I'm thinking of. Honestly, if I had to pick, Torgos Matos falls. Great. He's 6'5". He's fast, quick. People think he doesn't have the best burst, but I think he's going to be fine. He's big, physical. He's just overall great. And yeah, so number 36, I'd probably go center or guard here. You're going to have the guy out of Georgia, Isaiah Wilson, I think his name is. He was Andrew Thomas's teammate. This would be a good guard depth piece. You can also go with best center. There's Will Harris, I think. There's Cesar Ruiz. There's a bunch of interior offensive linemen. I think these guys are going to be great value at this point. I wouldn't go wide receiver. I go wide receiver later in the draft. You get special teams guys later in the draft. I would be considering taking guy A.J. Terrell out of Clemson. His grades out the same pretty much as Jeff Okudah as far as, physical traits. He's a little bit grabby sometimes. He makes a little more penalties than Jeff Okudah would, but he'd be a great guy. He could play slide, he could play all around. Sometimes doesn't take the best angles. He's not the best tackler, but overall he's solid, and I think you bring him into our system, he could overall be solid. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do select corner at 36, but I'd rather a center guard. And yeah, that's my overall opinion. So in this mock draft, I have the Giants trading back, but still getting Jedrick Wills. I think it's a real possible scenario. Getting your Torgos Matos / another linebacker. That's going to be solid. Hopefully Patrick Queen drops to us. I really love this guy. I know I mention him every single video. And then at number 36, you get a center or guard prospect that's going to create some more depth on this team. Maybe you can cut Spencer Pulley, free up some more cap space. But hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think. Is this a possible scenario? What would you do if you were put in this scenario? Who would you pick? You think my picks were awful, great, in between? Let me know, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.